Hi guys, welcome to the Sassy Bead Shop channel where we make tutorials on a bunch of different things that we have in our shop, show you how to create. Just a few things to start. We have added some brand new pen kits where you can make your own pen kit, as well as new badge reel kits where it comes with everything to make one completed badge reel. Same thing with the pins. The next tutorial will be on badge reels if you're not familiar how to make them, because the kits just come with everything apart and you put it together. We've also added some, which I don't have here right now, some cookie scribe kits. If you know what those are super awesome and fun to make. So check out our website, go to project kits, and you can see all the new kits we offer. Today I'm going to be making a wristlet. A keychain wristlet, as you can see here. Let me tell you what you need to start first, and then we'll get into it. So here I have all the supplies. First things first, you're going to need some beads. We offer silicone bead mixes. They come in 24 packs. The price is now lowered to $9.99. Super good price. You get the 24 beads. Some kits have different types of beads. Each wristlet you need 16 beads. If you're going to do like the standard wristlet like I'm going to show you guys to do today is 16 beads. I'm going to show you how to make a wristlet, and it's going to be with this stretch string. That's why you only need 16 beads. Some creators use more like 18 to 20. They do the bangle style with no stretch. I find the stretch is more popular than the bangle style because it stays on better. So the stretch cord, we offer two different colors in these elastic string cord. It's 20 yards per roll for $3.99. They're 1 millimeter thick. You can use one single strand per wristlet. I like to use two because better safe than sorry. I sell these wristlets. I sell wristlets in my other small business. So two is just extra added security, really. So you're gonna need the cord, $3.99 for the cord. If you want to add a little flair, spunk, or your customer is just extra sassy like we are, you're gonna want to get some rhinestone spacers in that wristlet to add some fun bling. We also have those on the site, as well as keychains. We do have keychains in silver, rose gold, gunmetal. We have a really fun antique bronze. Lots of stuff on our site. So you're also going to need that keychain, as well as some side like tools you're going to need. You're going to need a needle. Some people in other videos use this thing called like a looper threader. I just use a needle. I got this from Joann's. I kind of jimmy rigged it a little bit. So you can see the top where the thread hole was. I cut it out. You'll see why. And I also had to cut off the sharp needle point so I'd stop stabbing myself, so it's nice and dull. You're going to need a pair of scissors. And we like to make sure everything is super sealed, not going to come apart. So like my last video, I have my handy dandy nail glue because it's my favorite kind of glue to use. It's cheap. It's got super strong hold. And it just works for like every project I do. So starting off, you're going to grab some thread or cord. Like I said, this is a stretchy, so you should have enough. If you cut 9.5 inches, that's what I do. I've been doing this for a long time, so I don't need a lot right now to tie the knot. For your first time, maybe try with 10 inches each string. Like I said, you could do two, or you could do one. I'm doing 2 cords for that extra security. And you're going to take your needle or a looper if you have one. I don't show you how to use a looper in this video because it's kind of complicated and I tie my knots differently. So it's my handy dandy needle and I just hooked it right on there, as you can see. Next, you set that aside and you get your beads. I like to make my pattern first. It's nice to make sure you have a mat or something so your beads aren't going to roll around too much. So this is our Spring Fever silicone mix. If you're wondering what this mix is, it's the Spring Fever mix. I'll probably link all the products below. So yeah, Spring Fever makes you get 24 in a pack. We only need 16 for this wristlet. I'm kind of gonna just pull out the ones I like. I like to do pattern wristlets. Some people don't do the patterns. So when I do my patterns, I either do 4 of each color, or I do colors in 2s, and just group them together like this. At the end, we're gonna need the 16 beads total. I find that's a good length for almost all size wrists. Probably gonna drive you guys crazy. I don't turn that around. So my mat makes them roll a little, but not too much. But yeah, I found that 16 beads is like just the perfect all around size. So I just do 4 groups of 4 to get your 16. And I think this is the beads I'm gonna go with. So these extra ones you can save for another, with another mix if you get another mix, or just do different projects like the keychains, or not keychain, badge reels or pins, whatever. So now I kind of put my beads aside, and I'm going to make my layout of my pattern first. I think this is important instead of just starting to thread, so you kind of know what you're doing. So I'm gonna do that here. It literally just kind of, it's like there's a pattern, but there's not a specific rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I love using the hexagon beads and wristlets because it gives it a little bit of flair, different, just it's different, so I like it. Yeah, so since I did blue there, I'm gonna make sure I don't put those blues together because that will drive me nuts, but mint will be perfect. So yeah, so here's my little layout of what it's gonna look like. Spring vibes wristlet, totally. Spring Fever mix, seriously really cute for spring. And then I'm gonna add in my rhinestones. You can do as many as you want. I'm just gonna do 4 in this wristlet, and I kind of lay out where they're gonna go between like which beads. So I'm gonna do it like that. So a few things before I start threading. You're always going to want to make sure you start with solid bead and end with a solid. You can end with a hex. Just make sure you pull the knot into the solid. The only reason why I recommend that is because it's a lot easier to pull the knot at the end, which you'll see that's pretty large compared to this small hole in this bead. It's easier to pull it through a solid bead versus a hexagon bead. The hexagons seem a little bit more dense. It is possible, it's just a lot easier. So I always start with a solid and with a solid just in case. And then another thing, if you use glue, if this glue gets on a printed bead, because these are printed, this adhesion, this stuff in this glue can peel off some of this print. I've learned that from experience. I don't even have that issue because I just avoid it all around. So you just start threading solid, start with the solid bead and you thread it on. The reason why you pick a long needle is so you can put a lot of beads on before you actually have to start pulling it on to the string, which I will show you here. So you put them on, and if you make sure, if you get the needle, you cut it out so you can pull on that string, because it is a pain, and I've never been able to find a needle with a big enough eyelet to thread through with this since I used 2. So kind of hold and you give it some pull. The rhinestones will more than likely usually give you a run for your money. Just gonna play with it, they'll go on. See, just like that. And remember, I use the double string just for extra security. Make sure this wristlet isn't going to break apart. In more of my videos, you'll see I like to ensure my product is going to hold up. So I use the extra string. I use glue on almost everything. So really easy. Thread it on. sometimes the string starts coming down, looks sketchy and you don't want it. Just pull it up and rehook it. Make sure when you're pulling, you don't pull this one. Pull on new ones that cause the end ones to fall off. I've done that before. And then just finish off the wristlet. Like this, these keychain wristlets, like I said, are so cute, so trendy, so easy. So here's my wristlet on the stretch string. You're going to go ahead and remove your needle. Kind of pull your sides to make it so you have even edges. Grab your keychain. Everyone's different. Some people just clip this on at the end and let the customer do it with it what they will. I just, for a clean finish look, I just thread it right on there with the keychain like that. No issues. I have one myself. I clip my car key to this part and then I thread all my house keys to this. So it works. And with the double string, it makes it so your heavy keys don't pull it down too much. So bring your strings to a cross, okay? A nice tight cross, and loop one over the other and pull tight. Not too tight that you don't have any stretch left, just tight enough that you have some stretch. But again, it's going to be a nice firm knot. If you've ever, tied a balloon, tied bracelets, this is kind of how I do it. So you just grab one side, loop your fingers, and then right here is where you're going to push through the knot. I do 3 extra security, so you just do 1, 2, and it's over and under 3. Grab both sides and pull tight. Here's my knot. So pretty. See, 9 inches of string is plenty of string, but it's better to have too much than not enough. And then you just cut off the ends. You can leave a little tail because this whole thing is going to be hidden. See how big that knot is? So if you don't want to add glue, you just pull it through. If you want to add the glue, I'll show you how. I'm going to actually use the glue in this video today. So kind of hold it with the knot isolated. And then you're going to add the glue front and back of the knot. The nail glue also dries fast. So you don't have to sit and wait. It's not going to get it on the silicone bead. And if it does, silicone beads are awesome because this kind of stuff just peels right off if you happen to get some on it. But if you get it on the printed, it might peel off the print. Some beads do, some beads don't. That's just a little warning. So you have your beads separated. You pick the bead you're going to throw the knot into. I'm going to do it into this blue one. So you're going to bring the bead right up to the knot and you're going to hold. Might look funny because I usually do it where you can't see, but I'm going to try and do it so you guys can see. You're going to hold the sides of this one bead here and you're just going to push while also pulling the string to get the knot to go in. Some beads are tougher than others. I will tell you that. And of course, I picked a strong one. So you want to be careful to make sure that you do not break your string. Okay? Because if you break that string, you're going to have to start the wristlet all the way over. And this will work. I promise you. It just needs a little bit of pull and play with these silicone beads because it is, see, it's getting in there. Just kind of pull. This is one of my harder ones. So I guess stay away from printed. Stay away from like specialty looking ones because apparently they're more dense. So hexagon, stripe. Try just plain solid, but yeah, see, it is in there. And then you kind of just pull the wristlet around to kind of get it to hide. So it's this bead. This bead will not move at all like these other ones, like side to side. But yeah, that's how you get it in. This one was a little tougher than most, of course, on the video I'm going to do. If you stick to the plain solid ones, that should just pull right in there with little to no extra effort on your part like that one was. But as you can see, here's the finished product. 16 beads. You can do more, you can do less. I just find this is like the perfect amount for most wrist types. If you're going to sell these, I'm sure your customer will reach out to you asking you how many inches it is. And if they want to add more, you can add more or take away. But this is just the standard size I've had really good luck with. With it being stretchy, as you can see, when you put it on your wrist, it does have a little bit of extra here. However, it's not gonna, because they're silicone beads and because you only did 16 and not 18 or 20, it's not gonna fall off unless you give it some effort, which I like. I don't want my keys flinging around all over. So, like I said, these videos are strictly just for you guys to get some insight on how to do different projects and crafts with the products we have. And it is kind of like a little bit of my preference, as you can see, but I'm just telling you based off experience, what I like to use, how I do it, and everything. So you can take it with what you will, and hopefully you guys can create some really pretty wristlets. Like I said, we have new mixes on the site, some of which you can see. This is like a newer mix, Spring Blossoms. So you can make tons of cute wristlets with these mixes, you guys. I like the mixes because it gives you guys a little bit of like, oh, I wouldn't think to put those colors together, but look how cute they are. Like, this wristlet turned out really cute and fun. And you don't see a lot of wristlets like this on the market these days. They're always just solids, which you can do as well if that's your preference. I just like to spice it up a little bit. So this was the Spring Fever silicone mix, if you guys were wondering. I will link all of the stuff that we have in our shop in the video so you can know what to purchase. If you have any questions, comment on the video. You can also send us a message. We do take at least one business day to get back to those with our messages. But yeah, let us know if you have any questions, and I hope you guys enjoy our tutorials. Next time we will be doing the beaded bad drills. So I can't wait for that. Thank you guys for waiting so long for this video as well. I will try and get better at posting. Have a good rest of your day.